My name is Matthew Fernlund, Fernlund. I'm about to embark on the hardest journey in my life.
Yes, ma'am. Today is designed to intake the upcoming class. We're getting ready for a 5.5-month residential phase of the program. Daniel, correct? Yes. Okay. The Alaska Military Youth Academy is a residential military academy primarily focused for young adults to get their high school education and get some military experience and get some discipline and be a productive part of society after they leave the program. It can be parent-driven or it can be individual cadet-driven, but they have to be a volunteer. They decide is a last-ditch effort to try to get their life on track, and that's why they come to the Alaska Military Youth Academy.
How are you feeling inside right now?
Nervous. Very nervous.
Oh yeah, I'm nervous because I've never been to a place like this before, and it's kind of, you get nervous when it's your first time, you know. I don't know. But I think I could do it. I could do it.
I just want a new start because I want to be a pilot in the future, and I don't want to screw around anymore. I just want to get ahead in life.
Hey, keep them out there! Keep them there!
I just think that it's wonderful that this is even out there for the kids. There's so many other challenges for them now than even when I was in high school. I mean, we all dealt with the whole relationships and drugs and partying thing, but there's even more than that. It seems more dynamics to that now. And I think that this being out there and giving them an opportunity to pull them away from all the pressures around them 24 hours a day is a wonderful and rare opportunity, and I was very pleased to see it. And the program itself has such a wonderful history and proven results. I can't see how he's not going to glean something wonderful out of this that he'll keep all the way through manhood.
Get your glasses, paperwork, or medications out of your suitcase, put it as close to the wall as possible, then get in line.
They'll go to Fort Richardson at Camp Carroll, where they'll be processed by the Deputy Commandant, where they'll go through a process of stations, and they'll go through records, screening, shots, search.
Put your black bag on the floor, put your personal bags on the table, and dump them out. Let's go.
They'll be getting their initial issue today.
First initial.
They'll be getting haircuts today, and they'll be assigned their particular platoon. And they'll be getting their shock indoctrination tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock.
For many of these young adults, today will be the first day of the rest of their lives. Today is shock indoctrination.
I finally get to sleep probably around midnight. As soon as I fall asleep, it seems like they just come in here busting up. Wake up, what are you doing? Why are you sleeping? You need to get up, get out of your shoes. And just like, I was just struck. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, what am I doing here?
Let's go. I
was like, this is the first day of my new life.
Let's go. Hurry up. Go, move it.
Then they ran us outside. I was like so nervous in such a hurry, I forgot my glasses and I couldn't see. And we got out there, and then we had all the team leaders yelling at you, get up, do side straddle hops, get down, do push-ups, get this, do that. And I don't know, I almost threw up. It was nerve-wracking.
You better hurry up.
We get them outside, get them dressed. The Commandant does a brief introduction.
Welcome to the Alaska Military Youth Academy in our military world. Change of life starts here and now.
And then we go at them again for about another 5 minutes.
Heavy! Attack!
It just sets the standard and sets their brain on the right track right from the beginning. We use the military structure for the fact that it's been working for 200 years with the Army, taking young kids, young men, young women that are just out of high school and forming them into young men and women.
Get on your face. Push-ups. Let's go.
The military structure here at the ChalleNGe program is actually the essence of the program. It's what makes us different from all other alternative type education programs. It's the reason we're in the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs as opposed to underneath the Department of Education.
In 1993, the National Guard founded the Youth Challenge program to give at-risk teens the opportunity to turn their lives around. Now, more than a decade old, the program helps young adults improve their life skills, educational levels, and employment potential through a 17-month program, which includes a 5-month residential phase followed by a 12-month mentoring phase. For many of these troubled teens, it is their last chance.
Let's go. Move forward.
I want to change, I came here to change. I was using drugs and alcohol, and I was always out just hanging with my friends, doing whatever I wanted to do with them, and I was always past my curfew.
I figured out things were going out of control this past school year. Dropped out of high school, never dropped out before, wasn't doing anything, constantly getting yelled at by my parents, getting in trouble with the law. Decided I had enough of it, had to move on with my life, wanted to be something when I grew up.
First and the last word out of your mouth is what?
The Alaska Military Youth Academy is one of nearly 30 ChalleNGe programs throughout the United States. It is based on a strict military training program that focuses on the successful achievement of what is known as the 8 core components.
The infamous 8 core components. Basically, it's you have to pass your 8 core components to graduate the academy.
Sir, yes, sir! You're going to be on the left side, bottom bunk, get your gear.
The Rockefeller study determined that there were 8 areas in this at-risk population of students where they were lagging.
What they determine, if you can help kids in these 8 core components, and basically they break down to physical fitness, life coping skills, responsible citizenship, leadership and fellowship, academic excellence, job skills. If you can teach those skills to a student and he can be successful in those things, then he has a very good opportunity of being successful in life.
You last man, John? Yes, sir. All right, right there.
The initial 2 weeks of training is the most difficult. It's known as pre-challenge, and each of the candidates must complete it to become a cadet. During this period, they will learn the basics to a military lifestyle.
It's an awakening. It's a time when we determine those students who really need to be in the program and should be in the program from those whose mom and dad would like them to be in the program. Because it is so hard, that first 14 days. It's probably the hardest thing they've ever done in their lives.
For the very first 2 weeks of that's pre-challenge, and it was just basically the same thing, them teaching you what you're supposed to do, what you're going to be doing when you start the challenge program, facing movements, marching, a lot of that. We did that almost all day, every day.
You better get a single file line up there, Oshby and who's that, Paul Revere?
Many of these young people will not make it through the first 2 weeks. Those that do will continue to pre-challenge graduation and achieve cadet status. For many, it will be the first time they have contact with their families, friends, and former lives since entering the academy.
Ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present you former candidates, now cadets.
I was overjoyed knowing that I was going to be there at the pre-graduation challenge. I was like, I made it through the first 2 weeks, the hardest 2 weeks that we're going to have. And getting there to the graduation, seeing my parents' face, I knew they were proud of me. I knew they were happy that I was moving on.
The mission of the Alaska Military Youth Academy is to motivate young men and women to become successful citizens.
Ball in. See the report.
One of the best predictors of social success is a good education. The academy provides each cadet with an academic environment that many times offers a more individualized approach not commonly found in other school systems.
And the author of the story is?
The Alaska Military Youth Academy was the first accredited school within the ChalleNGe program nationwide.
The avenue that we take for the academics is a lot different than what you'd find in a public school or even a private school. Our classes are a whole lot smaller, so it gives the instructor time to give them more one-on-one attention.
The teachers, they're way different. I've never met anybody like these teachers before in my life.
Academic program here is great. Back at high school, you have all these distractions. Teachers let stuff go on in the back of the classroom, and it's hard to concentrate. But here, you have to sit down, you have to do your homework, otherwise you could get kicked out for it and stuff. It's a lot easier to do your homework and get good grades in an environment like this.
Well, the whole purpose of the Academy is to have a significant impact of our at-risk youth here in our communities. And the academic part is to get them an education, whether it's the GED, by taking the 5 GED exams, or by obtaining a regular high school diploma. If they come here with enough credits, with the credits we provide, they could obtain a regular high school diploma.
Our standards are very high. If you look at the other academies throughout the nation, we are rated at the top.
But for character development, it is to be like any character.
To see a kid come in here with a 4th grade reading level and leave out of here with a 9th grade reading level, with resumes that he's written, with essays that he's written, or in the most dramatic case, watch a kid come in here with a 4th grade reading level, become the valedictorian, and write the graduation speech. It's amazing, and it just makes you feel like what you're doing actually means something, and the things that you do to support that mean something.
In addition to academics, cadets participate in job skills training intended to give them a head start in the workforce. The Academy offers courses of study in everything from carpentry to culinary arts training, and practical experience is obtained on actual job sites within the local community.
Smells good.
Side straddle hops, exercise.
For many of these young adults, taking from their communities has been their way of life.
Keep going!
Now they learn to give back in the form of community service, a direct relationship to their successful completion of the 8 core components. In cooperation with Alaskans for Litter Prevention and Recycling, or ALPAR, cadets earn points during routine litter patrols, which converts to cash for the Academy and helps in funding many cadet activities. Some of these funds are used to purchase equipment for what has quickly become the most popular phase of the program, the adventure-based training.
The adventure-based training program, it's really designed again to build that teamwork, that element. When students come here, they want the structure, they want to know what the boundaries are, but they're also teenagers. And one of the things teenagers do routinely is seek adventure. It's built in, it's actually a biological driving need, and we provide that. We push them physically, mentally, and emotionally to their absolute limits, and that includes dangerous activities like rappelling. So we're always pushing them. It builds teamwork and builds character.
Everybody understand that?
Sir, yes, sir! When you see a group that has never worked before together come together like that to achieve a common goal versus an individual goal, it makes you feel good.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
The training that we do is designed to enhance that internal working within the platoon so that they do come together and they do realize that none of us are going to make it unless all of us make it.
Squat slightly and pull. Milk it. Pull.
This is so weird.
By taking them out on adventure training, one, we work on their self-confidence probably first and foremost. When you're looking down, you think you can't do something, but with a little proper technique and teaching, they can do it, feel safe, and then realize that, hey, that wasn't so bad. Maybe I can go to the next level. Maybe I can do something more.
Nothing's going to happen to you. Ready?
The adventure-based training, actually, what it does, it complements the rest of the program because the kids only go to school Monday through Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they have some type of adventure-based training going on.
No, it was scary, but it was kind of fun.
Once these kids begin to see that they can do these things, they just soar. You know, they're happy. They know that they can go out in life and do anything they want to. There's nothing to stop them. So it's important to them. It's important to us to know that we had an opportunity to share something with these kids, to give them something they can take away from here that belongs to them and them only.
One of the unique activities the Alaska Military Youth Academy offers allows cadets an opportunity to look at themselves from a different perspective. Mask making has been used throughout history as a method of self-expression, and for many of these cadets, it is a return to their more traditional way of life.
This is another way to build self-esteem or self-appreciation. Many of these kids have been abused in one way or another or raised in alcoholic homes where they aren't valued. This is a very different way to look at one's face. And here's the sculpture of your own face that you're painting and that you're touching and that you're putting joint compound on. And it's a real powerful way to look at yourself the way others look at you or see you, and certainly to see yourself in a very different way. So it's a very powerful experience.
People usually don't think I would make stuff like this because usually I'm a pretty cheerful little guy and stuff. So they're pretty surprised I would make something creepy and disgusting looking like this.
Insanity and graffiti.
Keep your head down. Your head is too high.
It is a constant struggle, and the pressure is relentless. Each cadet struggles to continue on a daily basis.
There's been plenty of times where I just want to say, screw this. Wrote at least 10 letters to my parents saying, I want to leave. But with all the friends in here, the ChalleNGe, my parents, family, relatives, they help keep you in here, keep you motivated.
Just about every morning you wake up to somebody screaming, get online, and standing there in position of attention, just sleep still crusting over your eyes, and boy, you just, what the hell am I doing?
Hurry up!
What keeps me here is the knowing that when I get out of here that I'll be able to be something when I get older. It's the craziest thing I've ever done was live with 23 females.
It's mostly the cadets that really make you want to leave more than the team leaders. We all have different personalities, so it's more, you know, they want to be there, who they are, and act the way that they would when they weren't here, and it clashes with everything. So there's a lot of attitude flying around and a lot of anger and just fights and arguments over little things.
Behave yourselves. Nobody goes to any POVs.
Each of these young adults maintains a close relationship with a mentor, someone outside the immediate family that the cadet can turn to for additional support. It's a bond that will continue long after they graduate.
The ChalleNGe mentoring program is the largest mentoring program in Alaska. Without a caring adult that they can trust, and a lot of young people today just don't trust adults. That's the bottom line. So we tried to build a relationship where, hey, here's a neutral person. Their only goal in life is to help you and guide you and give you guidance and support.
You can have an excellent residential program, but if you have no follow-up program, you're not going to be successful.
We started with 141 candidates and now end with 86 cadets.
It's been 5.5 months, and the day these cadets have waited for is finally here.
I'd like a round of applause for the graduating class today at your own.
On the average, 70% of these students have received their GED. 51% will join the workforce. 19% will join military service. And approximately 20% will seek some form of higher education. At a cost of approximately $17,000 per student, the program has long-term effects and benefits that are difficult to put a price on. It takes but a single look at the faces of these young men and women to know it was all worth it.
Preston, Clough, Anchorage.
What they once thought was impossible is now possible.
It's very difficult. It's hard. It's not a walk in the park. We are the toughest school going today. And the kids that actually walk across the stage after 5.5 months, they realize that. And when they earn it in that fashion, they appreciate it a lot more.
When we send a kid out there, he's not just representing himself. He's representing where he's been and who's helped him along the way. As he goes out into the world, we want to make sure that we're putting out a quality product, that that kid is going to make it, that he has the tools in his toolbox to make it in the real world.
It's a little scary because now he seems much more of a man than my son He's talking to me about what he wants to do with the next 10 years of his life, and he only has one more year of high school. And I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm also very pleased that he seems to be more focused and more resolved in doing things for himself now.
I am so happy and proud of myself, and I was like, I got a special award. I wasn't even aware that I was getting it, and I don't know, I'm just so happy I made it.
I think I've developed some friends that I know are true to me, that aren't bad influence on me, that know what I've gone through, that understand me better, and just a hardcore support system.
It's bittersweet, actually. As much as I hated this program, leaving like this is kind of sad. Once I almost went into tears about stuff, but I mean, it's a great feeling. This program is very excellent. You get a lot of good things from it.